All right, so here my friend and I are going on into caves, and it's still December 17th, 2018. It's funny, current day is September 5th, 2020. Somebody on the wiki has posted a poll for favorite level, or it's kind of an elimination. So you pick your least favorite level first, and everyone picked their least favorite area of Prairie, and the one that won, quote, quote, won, lost, was caves. And I'm like, really, guys? Really? But honestly, caves was gorgeous when it was first introduced. I think it lost a little bit of the magic when it was put in this configuration here. There's just something less magical without the flight to it. The flight to it was what was beautiful, and then the caves themselves. Now it's more of a whoever comes here except for the candle farm. So yeah, it's kind of out there, remote. There's not much there other than going in here to get your candles. So yeah, the replay value of it isn't really there anymore, and it has lost some of its charm from the very first. Then again, anything that you've seen a million times becomes less charming as you go. So anyway, here we are in this emote. When it was first introduced down here was a pain in the rear. But anyway, it's not so bad. We have a handle on it. Then again, we've both done it a few times. All of our footsteps. I did have to adjust. If you were watching my last video and heard me comment about the syncing of the sound and the video, I had to go back and change it and fix it. So I fixed it in that video and fixed it in this video. And the problem is that the audio started long after the video did. So it was unsynced, which means the last part of this, not this video, but the last part of the last video in this group, because this is all one big long video in reality, it's going to have no sound. But this one should be fine, this section of it that I do in this particular memories video. Some of the best music is in these emote sequences. Bonk. Phew. I'm trying to think. I don't think none of these are new yet. And I can't remember what. I know I think forest emotes were moved around. Was anything new actually added? New cosmetics were added. But with the spirit maps, you didn't really have to have, yay, we did it. We're such an awesome duo. And you can see she does have cape pattern, so clearly it's a matter of at some point my cape will get pattern. I think it's after a trip through Eden at this point. It might be after a certain level of the game. I'm not sure. Don't remember. But here I've got 3 wedges of flight power now. Yay! And I've got a little outline diamond on my cape. The diamond with the outline with the, I think with the brackets. Candles, candles. No spirit here yet. This was where the gratitude seasonal ended up. Oh, and this is back when we did have a spirit up top here, and this spirit was replaced by the gratitude seasonal was meandered its way up here. But at this point, we had the hands to head emote, which then moved into forest. And that was up here. Another easy one to get, an easy carry spirit. Just carried it up into this room. But this was kind of cool because it made perfect sense what happened. And then you also could see the broken jar down below. So he breaks the jar. Thinking for a second here. It was in the old caves. See, that's something that changed. Okay, the old caves, when I had it in 0.3 point something, which is a prior Beta Memories video I did. This emote was in a different room that you got to in a different cave and down into it, and that's where this moved. So this has changed since then. This is kind of cool because she ends up dropping it off the, oopsie, all the way down. Ah, it fell all the way down there. And then you can see that when you go down there. You can see the broken jar. And I think you still can see the broken jar, actually. I think that broken jar is still there. You'd have to go look for it now. See if there's a broken jar underneath this opening. Yay, emote. That is now in the forest, in that little tunnels section near the winged light in the cave, and the tree, in the tree, hollow tree. Camera issues. There's always been issues with that transition. There still are issues with that transition. That one and the one from Nest to Villages. So we're back here and we're going to go back to Nest, and this is where I'm going to get a preview. I'd actually avoided, she's getting the candles, I already have them. I'd actually avoided the seasonal spirit the first time I went to Nest because somebody had already started it and activated it. I wanted to get the whole thing. But then she's going to end up taking me there anyway. So I'm going to get a seasonal spirit before I actually have seen the seasonal quest master. Oh, well. Because still I can't see the seasonal quest master when I'm in Aviary. I won't be able to do that till I've gone to forest. She is a candle farmer, candle farming. Of course, we all candle farmed back in beta. That was the only way to get candles. I don't know how many hundreds of times I've said that now, but anyway, it's still true. Thankfully, in the new beta, the beta that has been since limited live, or I'm sorry, the beta that has been since global live, we've had opportunities to buy, to quote, quote, buy candles with packages. So the Founder's Cape came with 115 candles, I think, and the starter pack, the Orange Cape, came with 25 candles. So we were able to buy, quote, quote, buy candles. And collect some candles. I've already done all this today, girl. There's the spirit. Oh, she's collecting the spirit because she needs it for upgrades. One other thing, I think at this time, yeah, because she's there. Every time you went back, you could see the spirit at the end. So if you'd already collected the spirit and did not have a spirit to collect again yourself, the spirit then stood there, and that's where you accessed their spirit shop outside of the constellation. So you could go to the spirit in the world. And I kind of liked that. I think a lot of people actually liked that because it made the game feel lived in, because you'd see the spirits pop up. See, she needs it. You could see her warped into the cutscene. So it felt populated. There were spirits everywhere. Once you'd collected them, they were everywhere until you needed to collect them again, like go through Eden. When they took those out and we had nothing, because for a little while we had nothing, no ability to replay them, we couldn't see them, We had nothing. So it was impossible to like show a new person where the spirit was because you couldn't see anything. And that was, it made it feel very barren. It felt very empty. So then they changed that to where you could at least finally see them, which was a big plus, even if you couldn't actually activate them again. And then they changed it so you could relive them over and over and over again. That confused people. But fortunately, like I said in the previous video, you are going to be able to do that again, relive them. But there'll be a prompt saying you've already got this, but do you want to relive it anyway? Which will make it clear. And I think this is Anna who has joined us. It's definitely a friend of Sonia's. I think it's Anna, who I did finally find in Global Live. I think it's Anna. So Anna, if you're watching, tell me if that's you. I don't remember now if I ever identified you for sure here. I don't think she watches, but anyway, I don't remember. I think it was Anna though. So there's some, which I've already got, seasonals, and then that's where the spirit is. You can see it. So we will gather this spirit now because nobody else started it for us. They clearly didn't need it, but I do. And obviously seasonal spirits, unlike other spirits, you don't upgrade. You never upgraded by Eden, so. And you don't upgrade any spirits by Eden anymore at this point. You upgrade them in the emote maps now. The spirit maps. So there she is. I don't think she changed much when Rhythm came along. I think she stayed pretty much the same. The quest certainly stayed pretty much the same. The seasonal spirits, of course, are the only ones now that we get to be drag quests, carry quests. Someone commented how slow that spirit dance sequence is, and how fast your dance is when you do it yourself. It's like, yeah, it's true. It is much faster when you do it. And there's a yellow spirit because you don't upgrade that one. How quickly ours is done. And then you can click on it and you can access the map there for everything that's available in there, the hair and the pants. Like I said, at this point we did not have an Isle spirit, so we were short one spirit. Looks like there's a star up there with that sundog thing up there. So I'm going to head up here because this is an emote I failed to get the last time I was in here. This is the bird call, which is in exactly the same place it is now, except it's a carry quest here. This was really hard, especially with little Kate power, which is probably why I avoided it the last time I was here. And I have no idea if I actually know how to do this. I figured it out eventually, but yeah, I know how to do it. When I first tried to do this, I had no clue how to do this. It's a lot easier when you know how to do it. It's also a lot easier solo, without anybody else to mess with you. And the idea was to go around. Yeah, I just fly up. It's easier. So that was actually really hard when it was first introduced, but got easier. Again, the look of these spirits has changed, but their emotes have not. I think this guy changed a number of times. Here's our bird call. See the emotes I've got now. Missing, what am I missing in there? I am missing one. Oh, I'm missing the seasonal in Aviary, which is going to be the welcome spirit, I think. We shall find out. So now I believe we're going to head back to villages. Well, I'm going to skip ahead to when we go back to villages because there's nothing more for me to do here. Okay, so here we go. I'm not sure if they're going to join me or not, but they were doing quests and everything else still. So I just moved on myself. So I have lost my sound now. There is no sound at this point. When the bell towers ring, the birds will carry you forward. Bonk. That was a nice bonk. I have nothing to collect here either, so I'm just going to skip ahead here and then fast forward to where we go up to the temple. Alrighty, so I've got all the bell towers now. Yeah, see that caves just doesn't have quite the same charm as it did when it was first added. And it was its own little section off by itself, and you had that beautiful flight into it from afar. See if I can catch a manta here to actually get me up there. There we go. No music, sorry, but the music is, you heard it once before. When I was here before. No winged light. It seems weird now, but no winged light here. And he's going to drop me, yeah, he dropped me on the bridge. So there's you can see Aviary there in the distance. Initially that wasn't there, and people commented on that in the Facebook groups. They eventually added an Aviary, Aviary back there, so you can see it, because it makes sense. You can see this from Aviary. You should be able to see Aviary from this. So then we will go on in here, and the cutscene, all that is pretty much has not changed. I think this is the only cutscene, maybe. Changed a very little bit for the little things that changed, like the constellations, or when we got, I mean, very little minuscule things changed to fit it into the current play method. But this was one of the ones that just pretty much is still the same as it's been. So sit for the cutscene, hide a note. We still had the message notes everywhere. That were just everywhere. I mean, it's like pointlessly in the way. And people would intentionally put the message candles. You have to tap the button. You have to tap right here to sit. So let's put a message candle right here. So you have to tap on my message candle. That was the sort of thing people did. It just got in the way of the gameplay. So thankfully they took those out. Here's our spirit waking up, just as he does now. I have to talk through this because there's no sound. I could just cut it out, but why? It wouldn't be a full walkthrough then. You can see his lights coming on. See him holding the light, full of energy again. And little butterfly. It was after this that I started doing the visiting the elders glitches videos, because they were so fun to visit using the table and so easy. There's all the butterflies. Of course, all the candles were around too, but I didn't go get them. And so with that, we are going to end this installment, and then in the next video, we will actually start the winter season proper. I will go on to forest briefly and then go back to aviary where I will finally see the seasonal guide. And this season will begin for me. So thanks for watching and come join me for the next video. Thanks, bye.